Me now, the documentary's director, TTU, and executive producer, Gina Kim. TT, you could have chosen a lot of jumping off points for this conversation. Why focus on the Atlanta spa shooting?
I think for us, Atlanta was kind of an inflection point in what had been 2 years of relentless attack against Asian Americans during the pandemic. So in this film, we not only wanted to tell the story of Atlanta, we wanted to track what happened at the beginning of the pandemic and some of the rhetoric that was coming out of elected officials.
We'll loop back to that rhetoric because it is critical to the film and to this conversation. Gina, you also decided to really focus on these victims, to tell their stories. And I remember when we were originally reporting out this story, it was difficult to get access to tell these stories appropriately. Why was it important to you to center those voices?
I mean, these women were our mothers. You know, we know these women. They're our sisters, our neighbors. And, you know, when we've had screenings for this film across the country, and people have come up to us and said, thank you so much for telling these women's stories. We wanted to make sure that their memory stayed alive, and the fact that they were, you know, they sacrificed so much, you know, obviously with their lives for us.
I remember being so touched by the stories you were hearing from their children. Yeah. About how hard they had worked, about all of the things that they had sacrificed in order to give their kids a better life.
Yeah, I mean, these, you know, as Gina said, that these women are part of our community. They are the moms and they are the aunts. And I think in the aftermath of what happened in March 16th, a lot of that was lost in the reporting. So we also wanted to remind people of who these people were.
TT, the film examines the challenges for law enforcement investigating hate crimes against the Asian American community. Take a look.
The shootings in Atlanta reveal that prosecuting hate crimes aimed at Asian Americans presents unique challenges compared to other targeted groups.
We had a lot of instances where there were nooses found in the workplace. We know what that means. It was geared towards intimidating black workers. In the Jewish community, there is the Nazi symbol. But towards Asian American community, we don't have one symbol or multiple symbols that really solidify the ideology against Asian Americans.
So where does that leave law enforcement?
I think law enforcement has a lot of work to do in terms of how they can respond to not just the Asian American community, but all marginalized community. You know, I heard earlier in the segment you talked about how to build community. I think one of the things about this film is a look at how does the community come together, the resiliency of the community in the face of a lot of these neglect from law enforcement.